respected professors and all my dear classmates. My name is Ritwari Kumar and I am going to present my seminar topic on shoreline engineering and coastal geotectonics under the guidance of Professor R.K. Rawat sir. These are the contents that I will be discussing one by one, starting from introduction, shoreline engineering, coastal geotectonics, destruction, planning and construction of littoral barriers, and information and sedimentation and its control in harbors, followed by conclusion and references. Starting about the introduction, the shorelines are the areas between seas and land. These areas are the range of many natural processes and hazards that I will be discussing one by one. While the shoreline engineering is the term that is for the constructing few structures to prevent the coastal erosion and preventing the natural hazard or man-made hazards. While the coastal geotectonics refers to the structures that develop due to the phenomena of geological actions like beach waves and other geotectonic like plate boundaries. Here is the one marvelous picture of the shoreline engineering that includes few like one drawings and revetments that is helpful for the prevention of the coastal erosion and for the safety purpose of the settlement behind the coast. Destruction of shoreline. Destruction can be made from naturally or artificially by man-made or and from the natural sources. The natural sources can be the coastal erosion from the water, like hydraulic action in attrition, solution, abrasion, and corrosion. These are the terms that act by the beach water. Factors affecting erosion rates. Since the coastline can be disrupted by in many ways, and that depends upon the three main factors. The primary factors include the hardness and the fissures and fracture of the rocks that is present behind the coast. But in the secondary factor, it includes the weathering and transport slope hydrology, vegetation, cliff composition, and other human activities. And in case of tertiary factors, it includes the resource extraction. Like we have a limestone deposit there, so we can extract that material, and that affects the coastal processes also. Erosion processes can be from the wave, rain, seep, water. How the wave affect the coastal processes? Like in case of waves, the wavelength, the velocity, the bottom of the sediments present at the bottom can be affected by the waves, which is the force act on this. The wave base is the half the distance between the wave of the wave, so it affects the bottom sediment, and that is how the problem. Also, in the rain, it was from the raining high raining. It is unconfined over the slopy area that takes the soil masses and the other grains and makes roots or rills that causes erosion. Groundwater seepage from the natural precipitation and other sources of water can influence the groundwater and can include that material in the ocean. Ice can be also a factor that affect the coastal erosion by expanding and acting as a force on the coastal areas. Planning. For planning and construction of littoral barriers, we should have a basic knowledge of the geological history of that area and location of position where we want to construct, or also the properties of rock and a detailed map, so that we can construct it in a good way that will be more effective and can be retained for a long time. Uses of windrows. Windrows studies we can do for the safety purpose, and we can know which areas can be affected more. So this is similar to the rose diagram that we study in sedimentology, but here with the help of anemometer we find the direction where it is a high probability of chances wind erosion. Types of littoral barrier. Here I have given it one drawing that is made up of wood. This is made perpendicular to the beach, and there may be advantages and disadvantages because of it is made up of wood. So it is not hard and cannot be retained much in a long time. And also there is a requirement of maintenance. Seawall. Seawall is the most effective because it is constructed from the concrete wall, concrete material. Here, what happens is when waves comes, it comes to the wall and again back to the position where from it comes. So it does not affect the coastal area. However, it has also advantages and disadvantages. Advantages, it has the safety and security, but it is more expensive and it can increase the erosion capability of beach material. Similarly, there are more structures like revetments, gabions, and bulkheads. These are the engineering marvels that help to prevent the coastal erosion. Here I have given a natural process that protects the coastal erosion, that is mangrove forest. That in the left side you have seen that there is a wave generated, but it is not coming properly to the coast because of it is protected from the mangrove forest. This is the natural. And for the information, it is information for planning. It is similar to the planning. So we need the geological history, stratigraphy, lithology, petrographic identification, climatic factors, sedimentation and its control in harbour. So sedimentation can happen in harbour like from the direct weathering from the river that brings soils and accumulate to the harbour. And it can be natural or like we are from the dredging and coastal infrastructure that we make. This may result in the formation of in the deposition of sediment. So its controls can be done from also from human activities like dredging, sedimentation. Dredging it is the removal of the sediment from the bottom of the harbour. And sediment basin, before entering the harbour, we make a basin so that sediment can be deposited at the base and does not affect the areas of the harbour. Similarly, the sediment containment affects like breakwaters and revetments. And other environmental monitoring and modeling, we can regulate the area for the deposition of sediment. Conclusion. So we can conclude from all these from the topic that understanding the coastal processes and all the phenomena that occurs there, geological history and other phenomena, we can make more surety about the coastal area settlement, and we can protect the more specifically the biodiversity, coastal geohazards, and about the millions of livelihood that reside behind the coast areas. These are my references and second slide. Thank you.